Hi, everyone, and welcome to your November energy reading. We are going to have 3 piles for you today, okay? We have pile 1 here with the labradorite crystal. We have pile 2 with the K2 jasper crystal. And we have pile 3 with the lapis lazuli crystal. So remember, these messages are timeless. So whenever you come across, I always say stumble across this video, you were probably meant to because there's something in here for you. But choose a pile. Choose a crystal, whatever calls to you. If more than one calls to you, then you can watch more than one pile. That doesn't hurt anything at all. So again, pile 1 labradorite, pile 2 K2 jasper, and pile 3 lapis lazuli. Choose one, choose more than one, and I will see you there. Hi to those of you who chose pile 1 or this very pretty labradorite crystal. I'm just going to set this over to the side and we're going to get right in. I have Oracle and Tarot here, okay? And I'm going to be doing more live tarot and another Oracle at the end. But what we're going to be talking about here, pile 1, we're going to be looking at overall theme. We're going to be looking at what you may be leaving behind, what may be entering into your life this month. Also, what might be coming in around money, finances, around any types of relationship, and around personal growth. So let's get right into this. Time's a wasting and we have lots of cards. So let's look first at kind of overall theme, okay? And we have Capricorn. Ooh, that is a very stern energy, okay? The Capricorn energy can be a little stern, okay? Because Capricorn, I want to say, likes to use what they have at their disposal, and they like to control the material environment around them, okay? So it says ambition, realism, and methodical steps. Sounds very much like a Capricorn energy, okay? And with it, we have the King of Wands. Ooh, so for an overall energy, let's see here. What I'm almost feeling is that it's almost, I feel like with these 2 cards, they kind of almost want to switch it out a little bit, okay? So we have the King of Wands, who is that king that is just passionate about everything and inspired about everything and has big and grand ideas and grand vision and is very concerned about long-term success. So I can see how these 2 energies would tie together. They're also very much a natural born leader, okay? Where Capricorn energy almost wants to control the leadership, or they really I'm going to say they really have to work hard at it. That's what I want to say. And in context to this reading, okay, it's that energy where the King of Wands is just like, I'm all that in a bag of chips, okay? Like he's like, I'm the leader. That's the way it is. I'm full of passion and energy and enthusiasm, etc., etc. So I almost feel here like they want you to try to balance out these 2 energies this month. So whatever area of your life where maybe you need to take control, where you want to maybe grow things, expand things, okay, where you need to take leadership. They want you to have more of that inspired, passionate, natural leadership to it rather than very, well, it says realism, but methodical steps. Like, if I want this, I need to do this, this, and this. Where I feel like the King of Wands flies a little more from the seat of their pants, still in control, still knowing what they're going after and being aggressive about it and ambitious about it, but not so much in a methodical step by step. More, you know, there's a Sagittarius sign here, maybe a little more, I'm going to say just a little more crazy. That's what I want to say. Just that little bit of crazy feeling in there. Not quite so controlled. All right. So I want to say, I feel like that's the overall energy that you need to take on this month. You need to loosen up a little bit, pile 1. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, let's look at maybe What are you leaving behind? Okay. What's something that you may be leaving behind or need to leave behind? Let's see. Ooh, we have appreciation. Okay. With, can't imagine that you're leaving behind appreciation, that you're no longer going to be appreciative towards things, but, and a tower. Oh, okay. The tower is there because the tower is leaving things behind, everyone, okay? And pile one that's listening, the tower is leaving that old way behind. It's allowing those old ways. I almost want to say maybe a bit of this Capricorn energy, allowing it to crumble to the ground. You know what? Because you need to be a little more King of Wands here. So they want that old Capricorn energy to tumble, crumble, fall apart so that you can take on more of this King of Wands. But with the appreciation card, I find this kind of funny in the music because to me, this is enjoyment, right? And this is just having abundance in everything. It's almost as though, okay, once again, I would say I would equate the King of Wands here to the person playing the music, having fun, living their life, enjoying things, more off, flying by the seat of their pants. Whereas again, here with this appreciation and this cornucopia just reminds me of Capricorn a little bit, right? Because isn't the symbol here the goat's horn, and Capricorn is the goat, right? So I feel like it's that ambition. I don't feel it's so much the word appreciation as it is more the pictures on here. It's a 5. Things need to change, right? You need to lose some stuff, okay? And I feel that the old Capricorn energy was all about bringing in the abundance. What can I get, right? What can I gain? What can I have? And they're saying, you know what? Just like these two cards, you need to leave behind that way of thinking almost and just kind of go with, I don't know why, merriment. Let's just be easy and happier and able to, I don't know, just flow a little bit better. That's what I want to say, pile one. That's what's coming in here. You need to let some of your maybe these old Capricorn energy ways of thinking, you got to let some of that go. A little less methodical, a little more by the seat of your pants. Okay, and it's saying it right here too in these cards. What are you leaving behind? You need to leave that way of thinking behind. Now, what can be entering into your life? We have opposition, balance. I'm just going to read down here on the bottom of this card. There's some words. I'll read them because I think it's important. It may relate to some of you. And one is relates, mirrors, interacts, confronts, makes conscious, manifest, disciplines, conflicts with, tests, objectifies, calls out. In astrology, the opposition, you think it's a negative, right? Because, they're opposite of one another. They don't get along, okay? We're talking about if it were two signs, right? Not really. The whole point is you want them to come together and meet in the middle. Because here's the thing about the oppositions and the signs in astrology. They're always complementary signs or harmonious elements, like water and earth go together, okay? Think of it like that. So it's finding the balance. It's being able to meet in the middle. Think of a teeter-totter, right? It's getting that teeter-totter to balance in the middle so that you're both sitting flat or even, I guess, right? No one's up, no one's down. That's what I feel this is. If you're able to balance this energy, right? A little less of this, a little more of that. Stop thinking of the old ways of being. I feel like you're going to bring balance into your life, or your life will feel more balanced. Okay, I think that's quite interesting, the way this has come out. And look, the King of Swords. Two kings. They want you to take on this king energy, pile one. This is all about being clear, right? Setting goals and being clear about it. In this case, it's letting go of the old ways of thinking. It's balancing out this Capricorn energy with the King of Wands energy. And with the King of Swords in the mix, it's being truthful, okay? You know, being truthful with yourself. Am I still acting a little bit too much like this? Or, whoa, am I going a little too far this way? This is the smart intellectual part of yourself that's just going to keep it all in check, that's going to keep that balance balanced, okay? I love that. You know, yeah, wanting some stuff, being ambitious and wanting to bring in some of the cornucopia, but you don't have to have the horn full type of thing. Okay, so I'm liking this energy here. I'm liking this message for you. Now let's talk about what's to come when it's money and finances, okay? We have water. Well, that's interesting. Just water. Well, water's cups energy. Water's your emotion. It's using your intuition, your creativity. I want to say, before we pull the tarot out here with it, I want to say that they want you to, again, maybe find the balance here with your money and finances, okay? Maybe become a little more emotionally attached to the way you spend, the way you earn, all right? Again, not just working to work to earn the cash, but doing something maybe you love to earn that money. Let's see what else we have. Well, the 10 of Cups. Okay. So this is good. This is positive. Positive things are going to happen. If you're in a bit of a down state right now, know things are going to turn around. You need to put the work in too. And that work is getting your emotional mind, okay? So that is getting your logic, which is kind of, and your rational thought, which would be like the King of Swords here, working in with the water energy or the cups energy of, I need to be emotionally balanced about this. I can't, for example, emotionally spend, you know, but I could do something I love to earn money. So for some of you, that may be something for you to consider. There is potential here to fill all the cups, to be emotionally balanced. I feel like you need to put a little work in right here on this side, on the emotional side of it, to help yourself through it, okay? But it is positive. So I feel like there is a positive turn. If it's not already happened, that is going to happen. But it does require you to either start doing something that you really love, because that will pay off, or to get yourself emotionally balanced when it comes to how you spend and earn your money. All right, let's go to relationships, and this can be of any type. We have first house. Well, we know what the first house is. If you watch my new and full moon readings, that first house is all about me, myself, and I, right? How you see yourself, how you identify yourself. It's your physical appearance, your image, right? How others see you, how you come across to other people. Your rising sign is your first house, right? That's why it's always like, oh, that's why your rising sign is how other people see you. I always use myself as an example. I am a Scorpio, which some people do see. But I'm a Sagittarius rising, and that's my fun and energetic and a little bit foolish side, right? That's what people tend to see first from me, okay? So this is something about, okay, so clearly I like this. This is definitely about you, pile one. And we have the 7 of Cups. Okay. What I want to say, again, with these cups, this emotional fulfillment here, this is having a bunch of different choices. Some are good. I don't know if I'd choose a snake. Some people would, right? You know, would you choose the beetle here? Would you choose the keys, right? You don't know what's behind that locked door. So my point is, there can be some good choices. There can be some iffy. There can be maybe some dangerous or bad, all right? I don't know. But the important thing here is You have choices. You need to do when it comes to relationship, and this is any type in your life, so you take it to whatever that relationship would be in your life, okay? There are choices for you to make that are going to benefit you and only you. You don't need to worry about what your friends think, what your family thinks, what your coworkers think, or whatever it may be. You're going to make the choice or choices that are best for you when it comes to these relationships. Anything that is not best for you would not be the right choice. Okay, so even if you make the decision about a relationship from platonic through to romantic, and all of a sudden it starts to not feel very good, or things take a turn, you get out of it because it's not the right one. There are other choices that you could make, because this is all about you and how these choices affect you and only you. Okay. So I like that as well. But that important message that they gave me of if it turns at any time, like, especially if it's a dating romantic, okay? Family's a little bit different. That may be, if it's family, you might need to set some boundaries, okay? But when it comes to meeting new people, like a new friend or someone that you're dating, and right off the hop, like within a few weeks, things take a turn for the worse, you just take yourself right out of that situation and make another choice, okay? That's the message. Personal growth. We have the 6th house. Oh, well, I like that because the 6th house is all about, it says here, the work, health, and duty area of your life. Yes, it's your daily routine, your work, your job, service to others, duty and obligations that you may have, and your health and wellness. And we see here, look, she's doing some yoga, right? So for some of you, I want to say, with the star, well, I love that. That's shining. But also it's Aquarius, okay, which is kind of interesting. I really feel for you that November may be a month. This is very prominent. I feel where, and for some of you, it will be maybe one or two of the others. But I feel for most of you, this is about your health and wellness. This is where you say, you know what? I've got to, we're in November, new year coming up. I'm going to start now and go into the new year feeling healthier and better about myself emotionally, physically, and mentally. And with Aquarius, I want to say you may not do it the way everybody else does, okay? This is a chance for you to march to the beat of your own drum. However it is, if it's unconventional the way you do it, but it's working, then you do it. That's the way it needs to work for you, okay? I feel like it needs to, the light is going to shine, the balance is going to be found here, the flow is going to happen when you are doing something that's just a little outside of the box. Okay, so there are those main messages. Now let's get some tarot to go along with this pile one. Okay, we're going to get 3 cards. Ooh, we have the High Priestess. Use your intuition. The High Priestess is, well, highly intuitive, okay? She is in tune with her intuition, her higher self. She has the answers within, and she knows she has the answers within. So when you're working through this stuff, no, the answers are in there. You just may need to take a bit of quiet time, call it meditation if you want. Some people love to exercise, get out and go for the walk, right? Look, it could have something to do here. But, or even when it comes to your money and finances or relationships, in any of these areas, use your intuition. Trust your gut feeling. You do not need to make quick and fast decisions, okay? You take your time. There isn't a rush. That's that message. We then have the 6 of Pentacles. Ooh, well, I like that. with the Six of Pentacles here, the Six of Pentacles always shows, look, again, there's that balance. That scale is balanced. So this is a big theme for you, okay? But also it is, I almost want to say it's like filling your cups, filling your coffers, making the right choices, doing the right things. You will bring abundance into your life, whether it's in money or other things, okay? And you will not only have enough for yourself, you're going to have enough to share. And I feel like that could be in the balance up here. Instead of this Capricorn energy, wanting to hold on to all of this cornucopia and abundance yourself, it's having enough for yourself and other people. Let's get another. The Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is always that point in time, I think, where you are ready to set sail, okay? You are ready for your ships to come in. You are ready. You've made the plan and you know what it is that you need to do here. You know what choice you need to make. You know what you need to do when it comes to your money and finances. Now it's about setting out and doing it, okay? So love the way that's tying in. Let me get you one last astrology card here, okay? Just further advice, guidance may tie into this reading, pile one. But I am liking what's happening here in November. And remember, time is fluid. So you may be already going through this. You could also, it may not start for a little bit. And it may take longer in some cases to reconcile than the month of November, okay? So always just realize that. Fire element, desire. Okay, love it. I love that that is coming in as well. It's having that desire, like we talked about with the King of Wands, the passion, right? The enthusiasm, the inspiration, the desire to make things happen. You need that fire energy, okay? You need the fire energy. You need that get up and go, all right? To take the initiative to get out there and make these things happen in your life, pile one. Thank you for being here. If you choose to watch another pile, go straight ahead. If not, I will see you in one of my next readings. Hi to those of you who chose pile 2 or this beautiful K2 Jasper touchstone. Oh, I love these. Anyway, I'll set this aside, okay? We're going to get right into this. I have Oracle and Tarot cards here. Remember, this is a timeless message, so if you stumble across this sometime other than November, that is perfectly okay. Probably a message in here for you, all right? Also, just know, I need to say, please watch these videos through to the end because sometimes how the message starts out can take a few twists and turns, all right? So I always encourage you to watch it straight through. I'm trying to keep them between 15 and 20 minutes here because we are talking overall energy for the month, all right? We're going to be talking about the overall theme. We're going to be talking about what you're leaving behind, what's maybe entering your life, what's to come when it comes to money and finances, relationships of any type, because you're all in different types of relationships, and personal growth, okay? Plus just straight old advice and guidance from spirit. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. We're going to do live tarot and oracle at the end as well. All right, let's get out overall theme. We have mutable. Okay, here we go with mutable. The mutable signs, I want to say, are, it says surrender, it says fluidity, and it says welcome change. Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces are the signs that fall into the mutable energy, okay? And it's very true. All of these signs are willing to change. Some of them need to surrender a little bit. I'm going to say probably more the Virgo and the Pisces may need to do a little surrendering, that energy. But they all welcome change, especially Gemini has tons of new ideas. They always want to change things up. Sagittarius, constantly adapting to new things. And I can speak to that as a Sagittarius rising. So, you know, I may not necessarily agree or even quite know how I feel about something, but I will get on board. I'll give it a shot, right? So that's this mutable energy. It will move, it will change. It's very much affected, the mutable signs, by the environment around them, right? Like Pisces, picking up on that energy of the people around them, what's going on around them. They're feeling it all. Sagittarius is the same way. They'll just, like I said again, they'll jump in, right? Not even if they're unsure about what's going on around them, they'll give it a try, the good old college try. Virgo, it's more about their day to day, I want to say, like things need to be just so things in order for them to function on the norm, I want to say, things need to be, I'm going to say, in their place. Okay. And Gemini, well, Gemini thinks all the time and has so many ideas. They're constantly going with the flow because they want to try all their new ideas, that air energy. So anyway, that's what mutable is. So think of it in that way. With the wands, it's about, okay, love this. It's making the choice, all right? It's making a plan on where you can have more fluidity in your life, where you can maybe surrender things up a bit in your life, a little of, I'll give you this for that, okay? Even if it's with your own self, right? We make deals with ourselves all the time. And I'm constantly trying to make deals with spirit. They just laugh at me and they're like, it really isn't a deal. And I'm like, I know, but it makes me feel better to just say it. like I'll give you something, you give me something. And I know it's not supposed to be that way, but it's also kind of a running joke that we have, spirit and I, with one another. It's like a little tit for tat. But you know what? This is really going to be an energy this month for you, in all seriousness, about taking the initiative, I feel, to be more fluid, okay? To welcome more change in. All right. Surrender over to yourself, to spirit, to whomever. Okay. The things that you need to let go of so that you can welcome the change and the fluidity in your life. This is making a plan on how you can do that. That's what your month of November overall is. How can I be more mutable? And not mutable as in being quiet. That's not what it is, right? How can I really enjoy what's going on around me and use it to my advantage? Because mutable signs, I don't know if I said it already, are very much influenced by their environment, what surrounds them, people, energy, things, right? So I feel like that is what you maybe need to be focused on a bit. But let's get into the rest of the cards. Look, we have a ton here and I don't want to keep you forever. So let's get moving. What are you leaving behind? Does it have anything to do with this? Status. Ooh. Oh, and number 2, which is Taurus, the second house, which is all about money and your earned income and your finances and your personal properties and possessions. Maybe for some of you, getting a little too high on the hog here pile too. And I say that jokingly. I mean, look, maybe getting a little too big for your britches. Maybe feeling like you are, just a step above the other people when you're not. So I'm laughing about that. Yeah, you're not the king of coins here. All right. Ooh, okay. So this might be a little bit. Okay, and I'm saying this in fun, okay, because none of this is meant to be so serious that people's feelings are getting hurt. These are messages coming in from spirit. They're coming in for a reason. Maybe some of you are feeling a little too important right now, and spirits, they've been trying to give you hints like, you know what, you need to just go with the flow a little bit here. You're no more important than Jane or Jim, all right? You need to just take a couple steps back down on the rung of the ladder. Your ego is basically getting a little too big for its britches, right? So the King of Coins is not, he's a proud man, yes, but he is very, very much a hardworking leader in his own life, disciplined and, abundant, yes, and coin and things. But here's the thing. They don't want you. What you need to leave behind, I feel, is walking around with the sense or air of, I'm the king of the castle and you're the dirty rascals, okay? I just have to say it the way it comes through. But that's what I kind of feel. Look, a little bit of a smackdown from Spirit here, I want to say. But if you're truthful with yourself, you probably know exactly what this is about, because it's going to be in different areas of your life pile too, okay? And this may just be a message that you need to hear. They need you surrendering. They need you welcoming change and going with the flow, not thinking that you're 2 or 3 steps higher or above. All right? Now, let's look at what could be entering your life. Oh, I love this card. This is the name of the deck, the Numinous Mystery. Oh, well, maybe they're not going to tell you. But here's what it says. The unknown, the unknowable, ESP, psychic abilities, the cosmos, universal truth, oneness, there it is. Source, the unnameable shadow work, inner knowing, tingling, ghosts, other worlds, space, enigmas, the occult, intuition. I want to say universal truth and oneness. That's what I'm seeing. Source. We all come from source, God, the universe, whatever you refer to as spirit, okay? That's where we all come from. So back to this message of feeling a little more important. They're like, but how does that happen? How did it get to that? Because deep down, you understand, you have a knowing, you have intuition. It must be quite strong here, okay? You know that we're all of one. So why do you have this thought that you are somehow more important or more deserving? I can see how this is going on in the world right now too. Okay, we're not going to necessarily get into that, but there is this sense of, and I'm not saying that's necessarily you, pile two, okay? I'm just saying that Spirit's coming through with the message. You need to remember who you are. At the end of the day, we all eat food and expel food the exact same way. One person, those successful rich people don't expel it any different. And I'm being nice the way I'm saying that than you or I do. So are they special? No. Okay. Oh, this could also, like I said, just with what's going on in the world, pile two, holding celebrity or wealth on a pedestal. It might not even be that you feel that way. Maybe you are holding people up on a pedestal and they're saying, no, everyone is, look, now the sword of truth has come out. The ace of swords is the sword of truth. Mental clarity, understanding. Okay, pile two, here we go. I told you these messages, you got to stick with it because it will change up. Now I understand. It may not be, for some of you, it could be that you feel this way. Okay. And Spirit's just saying, okay, enough already, stop. For others, it's holding those people, money, wealth, higher and more important than other things in your life, including people. And they're saying, no, you need to get back here to the sword of truth, to the beginning of the truth, okay? You need to get back to having mental clarity where trusting your intuition, having your ego and intuition working together. You know better than to think that fame and fortune is a god. Okay? It's not a god, but people certainly worship and treat it the way we treat musicians and celebrities, etc. Okay, pile two, I'm going to just leave it at that. I feel like that's That's hitting home the truth, the point. I do just have to say, though, because it just popped in, an example, there is a lot going on in the news right now in the entertainment industry, and not just with the one main person that we're all hearing about, because that's not going to end anytime soon. But the other people that we're starting to hear about, and some of the comments I've read where people say, oh, well, that person could never do that. They treat their wife like a queen. They talk to her like a queen. And it's like, what? So what? Yeah, narcissists do that too. Abusers do that as well out in public. You can't hold these people up on a pedestal. I feel like that is because we're talking about your external environment. This is not where I thought this was going to go, but that's where it's going. We need to be more mindful of that pile too. Let's move on now. What is to come for your money finances? Ooh, Jupiter. Love Jupiter. Okay, love it. All right, with the Six of Swords. Oh, I really need to say, if you are having financial hardship or struggle or trouble or whatever it is right now, I feel like that is about to change here with Jupiter. Do you know why? That Six of Swords is moving from where things are maybe a little rocky, a little turbulent, unbalanced, a little chaotic, to somewhere where it's none of those things, where it's just calm and balanced and peaceful. That's what the Six of Swords is. And with Jupiter loves to bring. Now, we always have to remember with Jupiter, because I always praise Jupiter, and I know I do, but just like Jupiter brings the presents like Santa, and I'm going to be talking a lot about this, I'm sure, leading up to Christmas. If you celebrate, then great. If you don't, then, just don't mind. Although sometimes it's good to learn things about, because I'm talking about the commercial side of it, right? But, Santa bringing the presents, bringing the gifts, bringing the abundance in. But the flip side to Jupiter is Jupiter also can bring it in big when it comes to eating and spending. And, you can overeat, you can overspend, you can overindulge. But not in this case. This case with your money and finances, this is Jupiter bringing in the good, bringing in the abundance for you. And it's going to help you move from where things have been maybe a bit tight, a bit of turmoil, to where things are going to balance and smooth out. So I'm really, really liking that message for you. That's very positive. Let's talk about relationships. Mercury messages. Ooh, okay. Oh, I never know what this is called. It's the medical pin that doctors wear. It begins with a C, and I can't think of the word. Okay. But anyway, because I'm thinking of that, it's making me think of healing, right? Doctors help to heal you. Is there going to be something coming in around relationships for you, a message in some way, or a new way of thinking with Mercury here when it comes to relationships? And that's anything from platonic to romantic, whatever it is in your life, where things are going to, get healed. Look, Three of Cups, celebration. So for some of you, it could be celebrating finally healing from a relationship that has not been good for you, and you're finally moving past it, and it's time to celebrate now. All right. It can, and with Cancer here, I want to say it could really have something to do with family. But also for some of you, this could be that you're going to be getting in a message here somehow, and I'm smiling as I say this, which is good news when it comes to relationships. So maybe if you're dating right now, it may move to a more serious commitment of dating, right? A little more exclusive rather than you're just out dating. You may make a small commitment to one another to remain exclusive and that you're not just dating a bunch of different people. If you're already past that, it could be moving to the next step of engagement or marriage. That's in romantic. Other than that, I feel like when it comes to family, I feel like it's healing and there's need to celebrate. And that could be the whole family's just been going through it. You know how that will happen sometimes in a family. One thing after another happens. And then finally, the medicine comes in, things get back to normal, and it's time where you can celebrate and be happy again, okay? So I feel like that is around relationships. Let's look at personal growth. We have the 12th house. Ooh, I like that for personal growth. This is the area of your life that is overwhelming. You yield to a greater cause or power. I like to talk about the 12th house as well. About your unconscious mind, right? What's going on? What's going on behind the scenes, behind your own scenes? You know, it's your intuition, your imaginations, your dreams, your wishes. It can be about spirituality, the hidden, the unseen, right? Mysticism, the magic. It can also be a time for healing, a time for self-reflection, okay? So if that's making sense to you, you're going to see growth in those areas. The other thing that the 12th house also has to do with can be addictions, okay? Self-sabotage, escapism, withdrawing from people. So, see, I love this. You yield to a greater cause or power. Addictions, they talk about that surrendering in the 12-step program, right? So that could mean something for some people. We have the Hermit. Love this. The Hermit is about going within. The Hermit is about going in and finding the light within yourself. Maybe it's been dark in there for a while with some of this 12th house energy, okay? If it's of the more negative side of the 12th house, and it's time for you to go in and find your light, to go in and do some soul searching, right? Some self-reflection, some healing, figuring out where you need to make the changes for personal growth, and then getting that knowledge and then taking the steps towards it. So I'm liking that message for you. Pretty interesting here. Pile 2, up here, just, I mean, look, you know, I make the piles in advance the night before, sometimes 2 days before. And, you know, I see the cards and, you know, sometimes a little something will pop in, but I try not to focus on them too much because I like for it to be in the moment. Well, let me tell you, that was in the moment. I did not see it going like that. But I think it's an important message right now. Politicians, movie stars, musicians, wealth in general is not something to be worshipped. It just isn't. And I think we need to get beyond that. I think that's a switch that needs to be made, especially when we're finding out there's a lot of darkness behind all of that stuff. Okay. But I did not expect that. But I'm liking what's going on down here as well for you. We have the King of Swords. This is about getting clear. This is getting clarity. The King of Swords is smart and truthful. He wants to know the truth and he leads by the truth. He carries the sword of truth, just like Archangel Michael, right? He knows what's going on. He wants to know what's going on. He doesn't want to live behind smoke and mirrors. That's not the King of Swords. He doesn't want to have rose-colored glasses on. The truth can be hurtful, but it needs to be known. And I feel like they want you to take on that energy, okay? And then we have the Seven of Pentacles. Look, whatever it is that you are doing in your life, whether it's working here on some of these 12th house issues for personal growth or getting your money situation and your finances straightened out, if it's in relationship. The Seven of Pentacles is all about nurturing, I want to say. It's about making wise choices and nurturing those choices that you've made. If you watch my new moon readings where you're planting the seeds, these would be the seeds. They're like the apples on the tree. You're going to prune, you're going to water, you're going to fertilize, you're going to take care of those apples or those pentacles so that they grow and grow and grow. Okay? Because these pentacles or these apples are the good things coming in. And full moons, we release pile 2. If you don't watch those readings, go in. I also do pick a card with them as well. But it's really all about nurturing those things that you want to bring into your life that are good. Now, look at this 8 of Wands. No time like the present. When the 8 of Wands or the Chariot come out for me, especially in a reading like this, they're like, get on it. Get on it. There's happiness to be had. There's calm and balance to be had. And there is you figuring out how you can grow on a personal level. It's also time to start getting clear about what's going on up here out in your outside world, okay? The things that influence us and affect us. It's time to get clear about that. Oops, I guess that's it for that card. I'm going to do one more oracle here before we go. This one here is just further advice or guidance. It's actually an astrology card too. It may just give you a little more focus. Or like I said, advice, guidance. It may tie in with what we've been talking about. Neptune, sacrifice, surrender, sacrifice, very much in the context of this reading, same meaning, okay? There are things and ways of thinking and being that we need to let go of, okay? Neptune also rules Pisces, that rules the 12th house, okay? So I like that it's coming in here with this 12th house. There are things that need to be sacrificed, that need to be given up for the greater good, and that greater good is yourself, pile 2, so that you can nurture and work on planting the seeds of the things that are good for you, okay? So I love how this has come in as well. Thank you for being here, pile 2. I appreciate your time, and I will see you maybe in another pile or in one of my other readings. Hi to those of you who chose pile 3 or this lapis lazuli crystal. I'm going to set this to the side and we're going to get right into this pile 3. We are going to be talking about overall theme for the month. What you may be or need to leave behind, what is going to be entering your life, what is to come for your money, finances, relationships, whatever type you're in, okay? And personal growth, which is just some advice and guidance, right? So I've got Oracle and Tarot here. I'm going to be doing more live Tarot and Oracle at the end, but let's get busy, okay? And remember, whenever you see this, whether it's November, it does not matter, okay? Because these are timeless messages. We have House 4. Cultural and family roots, home, peace, and comfort. Yeah, it's all about your home, your family, your ancestry, right? Nurturing yourself and other people and what makes you feel safe and secure, your inner emotions. So I love that, but let's see what this is really talking about here with the Ten of Swords. Okay, pile 3, for some of you, this is definitely about family. It feels like if it hasn't happened already, that there is going to be some energy coming in with family. But the good thing is it's a 10. I want to just say that right off the bat, which means it's coming to an end. But I feel like there could have been some talking behind the back, some backstabbing, some hurt that's been brought on somehow within your family. It hasn't been peaceful and comfortable there. But I do feel with this 10 that it is coming to an end, because 10s are the ending, right? I just feel like maybe it was not a real happy ending here, okay? I feel like it could have been a bit painful or hurtful. So I feel like you're going to be dealing this month, again, if it hasn't already happened, but within family in some way, you really are going to be dealing with betrayal. Like I said, backstabbing, talking behind the back, maybe, sometimes, siblings will, kind of bully up on one of the other siblings, or parents will even do it too. I feel it's something like that for you. And if nothing else, it's just something that's not going to have you feeling real safe and secure. Okay. But again, it's coming to an end. But this is just something that's like a heads up to be aware of. Now, what are you leaving behind? Does it tie into this? The drama? Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, you're leaving all the drama behind. Look, it's a 5. 5s are always changes. They can be challenging changes. It can be loss. It's a feeling of instability, all of those things. But I do feel here that we have Mercury in Leo. So I feel like your mind, the way you think, your logical and rational thought is just like, I need to remove myself from this. I need to let go. I need to leave behind this drama. Okay. This is not working for me. It's really not working for anybody, but it certainly isn't working for me. And I can't keep myself in it. I need to take a little bit of time out here. I'm someone here with Libra who's striving for harmony and fairness, maybe in some cases here, justice, all right? The 4 of Swords is, see how 3 swords are here? They're like the 10 of Swords. They're the painful swords, I want to say, but she's sleeping on that sword of truth. She wants to, or he, I don't know who that is, that person wants to get to the bottom of this. They want to walk away from it. But I feel like they need to be clear about how they want to do it. So I'm speaking about you here. You want to be clear about how you're going to exit this drama, okay? Very much. For some of you. For some of you, it's just going to come to an end and it's going to end. For some of you, you need to make the big, with the drama, the Leo, you need to make the big dramatic exit, okay? I don't think Spirit's necessarily suggesting that it has to be a big dramatic exit, but they do want you doing what's best for you and living your truth here, and being tied up in all this drama in the family unit is not a good thing. So they do want you to be clear about how you're going to remove yourself from it. It needs a plan. When you're trying to get out of these things, sometimes if you don't have a plan, well, look, it just doesn't go to plan then, does it? Sometimes things need to go to plan. And I feel like that's what they're trying to say here. If you want it to be harmonious and fair and just, okay? Let's talk about what is entering your life. Aquarius, the radical. Okay, let me read this card. It says experimental, rational, unique, liberal, electric, group-oriented, humanitarian, free, radical, eccentric, diverse, futuristic, utopian, idiosyncratic, yes, there we go, disruptive, edgy, detached. Well, it looks like there could be something that's not the norm coming into your life, but let's look at the tarot with it too. It's kind of like, oh, okay, just hang on. The Palace of Coins. Oh, okay. I love this deck because it has Palace of Coins, Cups, Swords, and Pentacles, Wands. Okay, I don't know exactly if it's like fire or how they say it, but anyway, I actually went in to, because I never knew what these cards were, right? I was like, oh, that's a different card in the tarot deck. But I actually wrote it down. So, because I wanted to know, because I'm like, I need to know what this is. Here's what's coming into your life. I'll tell you right now with the Palace of Coins, it's something good. I'm actually going to read it from the book. I jotted it down on a piece of paper. And it's, this is where you live, where you feel safe and secure, where you tend to your earthly needs, and where you can be kings and queens of your own castle. It is where You can experiment with all four elements. Okay? The owl, intellectual. The deer, impetuous. The frog, moody. The mouse, mundane. It's all the little animals being shown here. The mountains are far off in the back, but the dreams and goals remain. Remember, home is always waiting for rest from a long journey. Do you see how that ties in? And I knew it was important that finally I needed to actually write down, for the odd time that these cards come out, what they actually mean. This is your sanctuary. This is where you're supposed to feel home, okay? It's where you're supposed to be, or with your family, where you should feel safe and secure, and your emotions are being met, and you are the king or queen of your own castle. And it's where, nothing happens, but everything happens. It's where you maybe make some really great decisions in your life. It's where you can be your own moody self sometimes if you need to be. Okay? It's all about that. And I feel like what this is saying, what's coming in, this is good. But you need to step outside the box to make it happen. That's what I want to say here, pile 3. When you get clear about how you're leaving all the drama in this bit of chaos and backstabbing and back-talking over here, when you leave that, it may not be how you might think it will happen. I feel like it's going to be with Aquarius here, marching to the beat of your own drum, doing things a little differently, right? Not doing what would be considered norm in it. That's what I feel like you're going to have to do in order to get to your palace of coins or your oasis, your fortress where you feel safe and secure and where you can be yourself. Okay, I'm loving that message for you. Let's move into what is to come for money and finances. Aquarius. Oh, wow. This is a real shakeup for you, pile 3. This is a real shakeup. Okay, so when it comes to money and finances, and the 10 of coins is out with it, here's what I want to say again. So interesting. Look at that belly, the fire in the belly. But look at that light coming, I want to say, straight down from spirit, God, source, universe, whomever it is for you. Look at the water flowing on these wings, I guess they are, of some sort. Look. When it comes to your money and finances, just like when it comes to your big exit up here, you're not going to be doing things the normal way. For you, I feel this is positive. So if there's a change that needs to be made around your money and finances, I'm not saying things are necessarily bad, okay? Because it'll be different for everyone, but that was not my first instinct from spirit on that. What it is it just feels like with everything else that's going on, there needs to be a shakeup in the way you bring abundance, money, things into your life. I almost feel like it needs to be creative and passionate, all right? But working along with the mind, right? It's your logic, rational thought, your ego, working with your intuition, your gut feelings. I feel, but doing it in a way that's different than anything you've ever done before. It may just be taking on a position that you've never taken on before. I don't know what else to say. Like I feel like this is a very positive thing, though. I do. I just don't know how else to describe it. I feel that even maybe for you, that's why you're not even going to know how to describe it. You're just going to feel and be getting, we can call it downloads from spirit. In other words, they're going to be feeding you little bits of this and that to lead you forward to do this in a different way. It'll be different for each one of you, that different way. It could be literally what you do for work, or it could be the way you do the work. I don't necessarily know. All I know is that it's going to be different than the way you've ever done it before. Okay? That's the hint. All right? That's the hint, but it'll be different for everyone. Okay? And say you're retired. It could be how you're investing, right? It's not just for the working people here. Now, relationships. I was going to say, if it's Aquarius too, I don't know, you guys, you're just in for a big change. But no, it's Saturn. Oh, wow. Okay. Structure. All right. Look, coins again. The 6 of coins. And what is interesting is, Taurus, it's all about how you make the money, right? That second house, how you earn it, your financial responsibilities, your properties, your possessions, all of that stuff. But look how these scales are balanced, but there's multiple pentacles or coins hanging on them. What this is telling me, this means that you are doing well, that you are going to have enough for yourself and to share with other people. Literally, I want to take this card as its own individual message too, just given what we've been talking about here with Palace of Coins and Ten of Coins. But in context to the relationship, I feel that right now, there might not be a lot of structure in it, okay? And you don't want to, in your relationships, anywhere from friendly to platonic, family, friends, romantic, whatever it is so structured that it's just like, it's like regimented, right? It's like boom, 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 boom. That can be very boring and just, well, very boring. I feel like it needs to be more balanced, and balanced with fun, balanced with doing different things, balanced with trying different things, maybe different ways of nurturing, because you have to nurture these pentacles to get them to grow, right? So I feel like the relationship needs to be nurtured in some way. It just can't be stiff and structured. That's what Saturn is, okay? Saturn is not the first planet that I would bring in and go, oh no, there's a happy relationship. It's not that it wouldn't be happy, but oh, there's some fun that's going on. It's not, Saturn doesn't bring that for me. Saturn brings it's just very, we live by the rules. I feel like I have to say, you can't live by the rules. Look, he's handing Libra. Libra is that wanting, again, that harmony, that balance, that fairness, that just, right? It wants the fun as well as the structure. Because this is about your personal relationships. They want it to be happy and good. Okay? So I want to say a little less structure, a little more fun when it comes to the relationships here. Now let's talk about personal growth. We have Jupiter. Wow, I love this. Love Jupiter. Jupiter believes that anything can be accomplished. Jupiter can be a big, expansive presence. It wants you to learn and have fun and do things and experience things. It says your confidence, courage, self-belief, and luck. So where do you need to maybe work on some personal growth when it comes to being courageous, believing in yourself that you can do it, believing that you can fly? Oh my God, I'm going right into a song, that you can fly higher than an eagle. Wind beneath my wings, Bette Midler. Yes. So that you are capable of whatever it is that you're doing in your life. Here, look, Strength card. Good Lord. Come on now. They need you to start working on your self-esteem, your self-worth, okay? Your belief in yourself. Confidence in yourself, courage in yourself, having strength to do whatever it is that you need to do in your life. This is, again, these messages can tie together and they're also their own. I love that message for you. Now, pile 3, let's go right into some tarot here. November is a big month. Like all three piles have been very like, there's some work that needs to be done. Some things that need to be left behind, you know, and that's what messages from spirit. I mean, you can do all kinds of different, I'm getting goosebumps as I'm saying that. You can do all kinds. My messages tend to be along because that's, you know, that's my deal with spirit. To be helpful, to help people grow, to help people see things in their lives that maybe they wouldn't see and to improve upon them. You know, sometimes it's just a heads up. You know, and I do the short and sweets, which are, you know, kind of about that type of thing, more predictive messages. But I like to do a little bit of everything because I think that we all need a little bit of everything, pile 3. This is the 5 of Cups. With everything that's going on up here, you may feel like, oh, geez, look, all the cups are gone. I had 5 cups. Look, I can see 3 of them. I don't even know where the other 2 are. Really, they're behind you still full, okay? Which means there's still hope. But in the moment, you're only focusing on the ones that have spilled, the ones that are empty. And they don't want you to focus on that. They want you to turn around. There could be someone there offering help. In one of those full cups, you may be inspired to do something, okay? So just remember, not all the cups have spilled, all right? Up here, not all the cups have spilled. There's still hope. And then we have the Knight of Cups. Oh, now they're bringing the emotions in. I love this. That Knight of Cups, you know, he's a passionate one. He's a very inspired one. He's very creative. He can even be romantic. So maybe that it's sitting up here on top of the relationship. It might be you need to bring a cup of love into the relationship here. A little more romance, a little more charm, a little more creativity, a little more imagination. Because that's what the Knight of Cups is, okay? So maybe I feel it just ties right into this. But you can also see how it can tie into some of the other topics as well. Let's get another. We have the Star. Love it. It is time for you to shine. And I love that it is on the relationship and on yourself, personal growth here. It's time for you to shine. And you can't shine if you're not feeling good about yourself in any way. Okay? They want you to shine. They want you to fly higher than an eagle, okay? They want you to, and this is in any area of your life. And with the relationship, they want the relationship to shine. We didn't come here. We come here to experience many different things, but the message from Spirit right here that they're giving me is, we want you to be in good, healthy relationships. Sometimes you have to learn things from the bad one, okay? You know, we need to learn things as well. You learn by doing, you learn by making mistakes, yes. But the end goal is to have a healthy, shiny, happy, hopeful, wishful relationship where you have common goals and dreams and wishes. So I really love that message for you. Now let's get one last card here before we go. Okay, this card here is another astrology card, but it could just be advice, guidance. It could tie in with everything that we've already been talking about here. So, pile 3, what is it? The Sun, Spirit. Okay. They want, the Sun's a happy card, all right? They want the sun. They want the star. They want the sun. They want everything illuminated and shining and becoming happy for you in your life, including, you know, moving out of this energy up here, including making some changes down here. They will help. This is Spirit coming through. They will help God, Source, Universe, whomever it is, to shine that star, to shine the light on what it is that you need to do. But you need to be open and receptive to Spirit to hear those messages coming in. Where did I, here it was, right? They'll give you the messages, the downloads, but you need to be alert and aware and ready to receive them in, being open to it. So those are your messages. I wish you all the best here, pile 3. I will see you maybe in one of the other piles or in one of my other readings.